Hi, welcome to On Today's Ride. I'm Kieran, and this week we're in lovely Chiang Mai, Northern Thailand. Okay, back in Chiang Mai, where I'm going to be for the next few weeks. Back on my road bike, giant TCR for those interested. It's fairly early in the morning, and I'm off on my first group ride, so I'm going to head for some breakfast and then we'll get on the road. Okay, it looks like it's open. Not the first customer, not even the first cyclist. Body cap. Sorry cap. Jot. Memu. Mecca. Plain jot. Okay, I've ordered. Sit down. So I've ordered jot. Memu Kai, so it normally comes with pork balls, which I've been known to have, and an egg, a Thai boiled egg. It's very softly boiled, sort of quite runny, not my cup of tea. So we'll get our chop mo and tuck in. Okay, here we have it. I mean, it's porridge, but it's rice porridge, so it's made from rice. But rather than putting like sugar and bananas on, you get spring onions and raw ginger, grated ginger, and a bit of Maggi sauce and a bit of chilli. So it's a slightly different approach to porridge than the normal Scottish one. But it's very tasty and it's good energy. We've got a bit of a long, hot ride today, so I'm going to tuck in and get on the road. Okay, so we're heading out of Santitam. First obstacle is we've got to cross the wonderfully named superhighway, which is like a multi-lane trafficy road, and there's no easy way across, so we're going to have to do some manoeuvring. It's lovely out, it's clear, temperature about 25 degrees. It's going to get hotter. Okay, we're at the superhighway. It's not super busy, so I think we can do a little manoeuvre which involves walking across the first bit, watching out for this scooter rider on his phone. Typical behaviour here. And then we've got to try and cross over to the other lane, wait for a suitable gap. But we're over, that's the main obstacle. And now we get to ride through Chetyot, which is a nice little neighbourhood. Nice little bike lane taking us north, avoiding the highway, which you can probably hear and see running alongside. Morning, Clarence.
I've not actually done Mon Chaem.
Morning, Michael.
Morning.
All right, shit.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Jonathan sweating already.
How you doing?
All right.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Well, it's a motley crew. Jeff's not here, so got a couple of minutes to wait. Okay, first steep ramp. Full climb is 16k, I think. Okay, at the end of the steep bit, there's a few k of steep hairpins. Stuart's just ahead of me. We were chatting most of the way up, so that took the sting out of it. Now we got a little respite. After this corner, there's like a 1 or 2k downhill, and then the final push up, just a kilometre or so to Ban Mecca, which is not the top. Still quite a way to go, but we're going to stop and regroup there because most people are behind us, a bit slower. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the downhill. Okay, heading into, not sure what this village is called, it's just going to speed through it. 30 speed limit, I think we'll break that. A little bit cloudy up on Mon Chaem, hopefully not wet. So a little pause here, a little break, kilometre or two downhill, nice and fast. One and a half K to the top, so. Hey you! Gears going wonky. Yeah, dogs are a menace here. I mean, they're mostly sweet, but they can run out. They can be a bit stupid. You got to let them know you're there because they don't always hear you. So even out in the sticks, cannabis coffee shops, all the rage since they legalised weed last year. So Ban Mecca, we're at the top. Well, the top of the first bit, 1,000 metres up, pretty much, 900 and something. Little village, we'll stop, get a cold drink, wait for the lads to appear, and then we're heading up into the mists of Mon Chaem, into the final part of Mon Chaem. Just a gentle incline, so if you're going for a fast time, you'd be hammer time at this point. The goal is to get under an hour. It's a tough climb, Mon Chaem. I think it's 16k, about a 1,300 metre climb, but it's very rampy and changeable. There's a 3.5k steep switchback in the middle, but the rest of it is up, down, flat, steep. Very hard to find a good rhythm. It's just a tough old ride, but a good tester. So yeah, last few little bits here, and then we should top out. I don't think we'll get much of a view today, but you never know. Might be a few gaps in the clouds. Is it closed? They've just put a barrier in to keep the cyclists out. They've certainly changed it here. Let's go have a look. This is where we used to meet. Little shop, free water, see? Perfect. Got everything you need. And then should be a nice view as well. See, we're not in the clouds, sun's out. Over the terraces, God, more and more camping options up here now. Thousands of them. Nice. Into the downhill. Got a car in the way, unfortunately. Stewart's rim brakes locking up. Okay, let's lose the car. A little bit dusty on the corner. Slowly, slowly. You never quite know when you're going to find trucks overtaking each other on the bends. So, a little bit of caution on these downhills. Never a bad idea. Into the junction. Normally nothing coming from the left, but no. And then there's a little flat bit, and then downhill through the hairpins. So we're down, we're sort of halfway down. The others have headed back into town, but I've decided to do a bit more, so I'm going to go around Samong Loop. I'm going to stop at 7 for victuals, because there's not many shops now for a way. So get a little bite to eat, and then carry on around the Samong Loop. It's the sound of 7-Eleven opening. So I've left the other guys behind, they've headed back home. No one decided to add on another 50 or 60k and more climbing with me in the heat. I think that was putting people off a bit, but it doesn't feel so hot today. So we've turned from Mon Chaem onto the Samong Loop, which is a very famous cycling ride from Chiang Mai. It's a sort of classic loop. Full loop's about 80k, 1,500 meters climbing, something like that. So sounds fairly easy, but it's a tough ride. Very pretty though. And the topic of eternal debate amongst cyclists here is which way is harder, which way is easier, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Well, because of coming down off Mon Chaem, we didn't descend all the way back down, so we're still 700 meters up. So We're going to do another climb up in a minute, right up to what's called the Viewpoint, the highest point, then a long descent down, and then the famous switchbacks, also known as the Seven Sisters, I think, which is, it's not long, it's probably 15-minute effort, but they're very steep, and at the end of a long ride, bit of a killer. But then it's a nice roll, basically downhill back towards Chiang Mai with a few little bumps, and then we'll be home for lunch. One of the many temples we'll pass en route. Can't move for temples in Thailand. Temples and 7-Elevens. So my last video was entitled Taipei, the best cycling city in the world, ? And just for pure cycling, I hold to that. But I would also say Chiang Mai, also best city in the world. So, just for pure cycling, Chiang Mai's got a lot of options. There's some good routes, fantastic routes, great climbs, but you've got to ride a bit out of town to get to them. Whereas in Taipei, you can be on the good climbs in 5 minutes. However, there are other factors to be considered. Namely, just general lifestyle and cheapness. And Chiang Mai, Thailand is a lot cheaper than Taiwan. And Chiang Mai is just a very cool city, a really nice city to live in. The food is just, well, world class, as we know. What's this young dog doing? Excuse me, young dog. Thank you. So we're up, just up to about 1,000 meters now, so the flora is starting to change, and we're getting up into the pine tree forest, which is really nice. It's a lot cooler up here. Well, only 30, but it feels a lot cooler. And of course, under the trees is always nice. So it's pretty shady now for quite a bit of the ride. Be a few sunny patches. Here's one around the corners, but there's a bit of protection at least. Up to the Viewpoint Samong rest. Right. Get a little bit of fruit, get a cold drink. Get a roast potato, should you want such a thing. Ready, Cap? And get a nice little view. Yeah, there we go. Nice and clear today as well. Look how far you can see. Beautiful. Nice little climb. So a bit of a descent now, and then the switchbacks. A fruit that looks and tastes like an egg. Not a good thing. This guy is very fucked up, so I'm going to get out of his way. He was trying to talk to me, but he was very drunk or stoned. Let's just hope he's not coming this way. No, he's gone the other way. He should not be driving a vehicle. Okay, we're at the base of the switchbacks, Seven Sisters. Steepy steep. 2.5k. I don't know if you can see my bike computer shows me the climb and breaks it down into different coloured sections. If it's mostly red and orange, you know it's going to be steep. But as I said before, should be all over in 15 minutes or so. Last year, I remember as we rode up this little bit, there was a dead woman in the road, sadly. Been knocked off her motorbike. Not the only dead body I saw here last year. Okay, conquered the switchbacks. We're up to the what's known as the bus stop. I think that is the eponymous bus stop there. It's also got the KOM mark, so that's the end of the segment from both sides actually. Nicely orchestrated. And there's a little cafe here which appeared last year. So even though it's mainly easy back into town, I think I'll stop, get some water. I haven't got any water. So, and look, she knows her audience. She's got bike racks, and she gives, well, she did last year. She had free water, which was great. But I'll buy a cold drink anyway. So a little bit hot and very sweaty. What's in the fridge? Gold and juicy. We got the Schweppes lemon. That's the one for me. Ooh, super cold. Cap.
15
15
ค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ ครับ You'll sit down, rest those weary bones, and a nice cold lemon soda. Very cold and very lemon. Ooh. Okay, two other factors that make Chiang Mai an excellent winter cycling destination. Well, the weather. The weather is excellent. At this time of year, it's just coming out of the rainy season, so it is possible we might still get rainy days, but it seems to be coming to an end. It is still a bit hot, and it seems particularly hot this year, but that'll start to cool down. Ooh, nice choky exhaust. That'll start to cool down over the next few weeks, and then from now until February, it's pretty much blue skies all day, every day. There might be the odd storm. Temperature's not too hot, 25-30. And then you get into what's called the burning season, the pollution season, which affects Southeast Asia and particularly the Northern Thailand. It gets very, very polluted here, so if you're lucky, you get the hell out of Dodge. The other great attribute of Chiang Mai is there's a lot of cyclists here. Okay, rolling back into town, coming to the end of the ride. Very nice introduction back into Chiang Mai. About 105 kilometers, I'd say, 2,200 meters of climbing. So, yeah, the usual hilly ride. We don't do a lot of flat riding around here. Well, I don't. Some people do. So, yeah, we're going to roll back into town, get some lunch, but I'm going to go home first, get changed, have a shower, and then head into the old town to eat Penang curry, one of my favourite dishes, vegan version. Let's negotiate this junction. We just Doi Sutep is the mountain behind us. We'll ride that one day. That's the local climb. And this is the university on the left. Sometimes I'll cut through that to get home. This is a little university area. Yeah, so we'll head down to the junction, wait and age at the traffic lights, no doubt, the tourist tight traffic lights, and then head for home. Okay, we're going for lunch. We're a different mode of transport. We're on the scooter. Gonna drive into the old town. I've only had the scooter a day, and I've managed to leave the battery on overnight, so it's gone flat. So we're going to go for a little drive, try and recharge the battery. Swadee Khao. I take Penang curry, pet mak Thai. Okay. Khao si khao. Okay. Khop crap. Okay, I've ordered the Penang curry. It's the only thing I ever have in here. It is superb. And I've ordered it pet mak, so very spicy, because not that I want it really spicy, but it's never spicy enough in here. So I even said pet mak Thai, so sort of Thai level of spiciness with kasi khao, which is white rice. Anyway, I suspect it'll be very tasty. There it is. It's the broth that's good. So, last year, they just opened. I think they didn't understand that foreigners might want spicy food, and it was almost impossible to get it spicy. So I asked her for super spicy this time, and man, it was super spicy. That's the chilies that are left. But anyway, it was super tasty. I mean, like all Thai food, it's that lovely mixture of sweet, sour, hot, spicy, and everything else, and it's just a sea of vegetables and mushrooms and tofu. It's a vegan lover's delight. Okay, hope you enjoyed this introduction to Chiang Mai. As ever, if you did, please hit that like button, it really helps. and see you all soon on today's ride. I'm going to come to you, have I? Say hello. I haven't seen you for a year. How you doing? Old cat. Hello. Yeah. Old cat now.